Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So this video actually came about from an Instagram post that I made for a poll on whether or not you guys would be interested in seeing how we do buffalo wings. And it's something that I've been thinking about doing for a while. Actually, I have a really popular video a while back on how to make spicy guacamole. So if you haven't seen that yet, it was actually a really good video and it's still the same recipe I use today. So I want to show you guys today what you need to do awesome buffalo wings at home. You will need an air fryer as well as a few other things. And I'm going to show you right now what we use for the best results, and we'll kind of walk you through step by step. So let's take a look. So the very first thing you'll need is a quality air fryer. You can make do with some of the cheaper ones you see at Walmart or Target or something for like 50 bucks, but in our experience those do not crisp the wings up as much as this kind of air fryer does right here. This is actually a convection toaster oven air fryer. So it has a multitude of uses, and it's something to use for not just frying up wings or something. We've cooked salmon and chicken and pizza. It's amazing for leftover pizza, and it's just something very useful to have. So the very first thing you need is an air fryer. So for the actual wings themselves, I recommend getting like a party pack like this with the winglets and the drumlets already cut up and ready to go. It just makes it a little bit easier than getting the full wing and have to trim them, or if you're just getting just drumlets. But it's good to have a little bit of a mix. So you can get these, you can see the price point there. You know, it's definitely more affordable than just going and buying wings at a store, and they crisp up really nice, as you'll see in a second here. So this might be a good alternative to kind of cook your own wings at home. And of course, it's a little healthier in the air fryer. So definitely need a good set of wings here. So you also need a quality air frying basket. Alright, this right here is a basket tray that came with the air fryer right here. You see, and if you want to pick up this air fryer in particular, I'll drop a link below. It's right on Amazon. And I went ahead and lined some tin foil underneath it on the tray that came with as well, just kind of catch any grease, because of course, even though this is not a true oil fryer, it still has a little bit of mess to it. You'll need a good quality bowl. I like these kind of stainless steel bowls, easy to clean and easy to coat the wings with. And you'll need some kind of stirring spoon to kind of get these wings all nice and coated with the buffalo sauce here in a second. As for the wing sauce, it's really a personal preference. So this right here is a pre-mixed buffalo wing sauce by Sweet Baby Ray's. You can also grab some Frank's Red Hot or some Texas Pete, and those are some of our go-tos, honestly, because you actually just melt some butter, stir in the sauce, and it makes it a really nice creamy buffalo sauce. But this right here is kind of pre-mixed, and it works really well. You'll also need some kind of cooking spray to kind of help grease the actual basket a little bit. It's really not necessary, but it does help with flipping it. You kind of lose less skin on the basket, so cooking spray is definitely recommended. A good pair of tongs, maybe some good metal tongs, really help to kind of flip these as you go, because you kind of cook half and then flip it, cook the other half to really get a good even cook on each side. So step one, take your cooking spray, get a nice coat on that basket. Step two, wash and dry those wings. Make sure they're nice and dry. They'll crisp up much better if they're nice and dry. You can even wash them, then dry them and let them sit for a little bit to get them kind of closer to room temperature. That does help as well. Any kind of moisture to get out of there will help them crisp up in this air fryer. So this plate right here has a dozen wings on it. Typically those party packs come with about 10 or a dozen wings, and like you saw, it's about 50 cents a wing, sometimes a little bit less, so it's a good deal. But after you have this all greased up on the basket, what you do is you're going to start taking your wings, laying them down, and you can kind of do any kind of pattern that you prefer. But this basket in particular, from this one that I picked up off Amazon here, is going to fit about a dozen wings. The key here is to make sure that they are separated a little bit, so you can actually bring them in a little bit closer, squeeze some more wings in there. Of course, you can have them touch the sides, it's not too bad. But like anything that you're baking or frying, you don't really want them to kind of touch. Brings out a much better cook to them. And again, you'll be flipping these. So you can see you can fit about a dozen almost perfectly on here. So next step, I'm going to put in the air fryer. So this particular air fryer right here has a convection technology to it. It really cooks up a lot of food very quickly, and the wings are no different. So I tend to do about 10 minutes on each side and then do about another 5 minutes to kind of finish it off. So you set it to air fry on the far end here. Set it to 350, slide her in, close her up, 10 minutes, and now time to wait.
A few moments later.
Alright, 10 minutes are up. Take a look. So you'll see the tops there are nice and crisping up. So let's go ahead and get them flipped. So I usually just take them out, lay them down like that. Grab your tongs and just carefully flip them. With the grease pan, it makes life a lot easier with that cooking spray. And back in for another 10 minutes. Alright, so another 10 minutes. See how they look? There you go. Sizzle, sizzle. Alright, so we're gonna get our bowl here. Grab our basket. Alright. Sometimes you can shake them. You're gonna want to go ahead and get them down to the bottom corner here. If you want, you can just kind of dump them, or whatever means necessary to get them out of the basket and into this bowl right here. Alright, take your favorite sauce again, and I just kind of do a quick drizzle. Try to conserve as much as I can while still making sure they get a good coat on there. Now you can use your tongs, or go ahead and use that spoon and kind of toss it around a little bit. Alright, get a good coat. Then you can go ahead, toss the wings. Now, of course, if the sauce you use is that Frank's Red Hot, or if it's like the Tabasco sauce, you can go ahead and it'll be nice and hot on there, so it'll be nice and steamy. But now you got them all tossed. Go ahead, dump them back in your basket. Alright. Spread them out again. There you go. And they go back in for about 5 minutes just to kind of crisp up this a little bit more. So while these crisp up a little bit more with the actual sauce on there, sometimes you can turn it up a little bit, but because this runs pretty hot, I usually just kind of leave it alone for the temperature. But if you really want to get crispy, you can kind of turn it up to like 375. But another couple of minutes now, and these will be ready to go, all crisped up, and they should be almost there. Alright, see how they came out? Look at that. Crisped up, ready to go. So if you wanted to, you could check the temperature with a thermometer, but generally we've done this plenty of times now, where the 10 minutes one side, 10 minutes the other side, and then about 5 minutes or so to kind of finish them off, get them all nice and crispy, works perfectly. And you can see in that pan there, it's nice and oily on the bottom there, so that tin foil really helped kind of trap that a little bit. And if you want them a little bit more saucy, you don't have to go and put them in for that third round of that 5 minutes. You can kind of go and toss them in the sauce. And if you want to put it in for like another minute, just kind of warm the sauce up. But that really is kind of personal preference. I like a little more crispy with the sauce kind of embedded on there. So let's go ahead and grab a plate real quick. So that's it, guys. That is all it takes to make homemade buffalo wings, all right, in an air fryer. It really crisps them up really nicely. And of course, you do have the option to make them a little bit more saucier. If you want to go and crisp them up with the sauce on there, then dump some more sauce on there, go for it. But for me, nice and crispy with a little bit of sauce on there, a little bit of blue cheese. Juicy, thoroughly cooked, crispy, spicy, love it. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions at all, hit them in the comments below. I'll drop a link to the air fryer down below as well. It's right off Amazon. It's a good deal. You just have to pay a little bit more to get a little bit more of a quality kind of toaster oven air fryer combo, and it really helps kind of get this more of an even cook to it. Like I said, those other cheaper basket-based ones that are air fryers just don't get hot enough, in my opinion. But this one works really, really well. So, as always, subscribe to the channel. Like this video. If you have any questions, like I said, hit them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. And I'll see you guys in the next review.